Mr. Rob Morgan. He's returning for another year. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our next contestant. A man who needs no introduction, but whom I will introduce anyway. A man who once ate an entire box of white cheddar Cheez-Its in one setting. A man who, although he has never met Tom Adams, once rode in an elevator with them, and is pretty sure they made eye contact. A man who at the age of 12 ran a mile in 23 minutes. He has never hunted an animal, but once accidentally killed a baby duck with his car. He holds valuable customer cards at Martin's, Merchant Tires, and Greenberry's. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a man who knows at least 3 words in 3 different languages. Coming to you all the way from Bridgewater, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, your reigning Rosetta Stone Got Talent champion, put your hands together for Mr. Rob Morgan!
Thank you for that introduction. I guess I can shut my own music off. What is up, Rosetta Stone? Oh, it is picnic time again. I love picnic time. You know, I almost didn't perform this year, though. Vicky and Denise had sent me an email like, hey, Rob, are you going to perform? And, of course, when you get to be a celebrity like myself, you have riders that you have to put out there. And I was surprised that they were able to come through because one of the things on my riders was I said, in order for me to perform, I need 2 giant fake Christmas trees behind me. So props to Denise and Vicky. All right. Well, last year, Tom's here this year. Last year, after the event, people used to always come up to me after the picnic and come to me and be like, hey, Rob, you were the guy that made fun of Tom's accent, right? I'd just like to say that was Tony Lopez. I think he's in labs. He runs the mental flossing group. No, but seriously, last year after the event, I did get a letter from the office of the president, Tom Adams, and I haven't read it yet. I figured I'd wait until this year to read it, to see what he had to say. I imagine it's just thanking me, but it actually says letter from Tom on the front. So here we go, letter from Tom Adams to me. Dear whomever you are, it's Rob. I'll try my European accent. It has come to my attention that at this year's picnic, you attempted a humorous song and comic routine that included a joke at my expense. He put a frowny face after that. I have listened to said joke, and I must say that I hope we are paying you for something other than your comic ability. That's a little harsh. I thought that in an attempt to ensure that you do not come across as rubbish this year, I would draft some of your jokes for you. As I'm sure you are aware, European humor is a very sophisticated style of humor. Yes, that explains why the UK office is so much better than the US version of the show. So I spent a fortnight coming up with some grand jokes for you. Perhaps you could start off with something like this. Oh, and be sure to imply this is a cheeky remark. Last night, there was a big fight in our local fish and chip shop. A lot of fish got battered. You would probably have to wait a few moments for the crowd's laughter to die down. Timing and delivery is everything in comedy. I used to be a hoot back at Bristol University, so you can trust me on this. Next, you should probably move on to a few football jokes. They always get the crowd going. I have prepared a sampling for you. What is the difference between West Ham and an albatross? I don't know what those are. An albatross has got 2 decent wings. What is the difference between Coventry and the Bermuda Triangle? The Bermuda Triangle has 3 points. Am I saying these wrong? Why does Gordon Stackron keep visiting Argos? Because that's the only way he can pick up any premiere points. We're going to come back to this later, but thank you, Tom. Give Tom a hand. Anyways, like I said, I've been in customer care for 3.5 years now. And in customer care, you've got to like people, right? Because we talk to people all day, so you got to like them. And I do. I like people. I like them in small segments. A minute and a half, maybe. Other than that, the thing about people, the ones that really get me going, are the ones that don't stop talking, and then they try to relate to you on some random topic. Like, we get callers all the time, and they transfer in, and usually they're transferred from India, and they'll say something like, "Oh, where are you located?" And I'll say, "Harrisonburg, Virginia." And of course they come up with some random way to tie that in, because everyone has a relative who goes to UVA or for JMU, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I've got a cousin who went to JMU. Cool." The ones that really get me, though, are the ones that apparently did not pass geography. And they'll call in the same thing, like, "Oh, where are you guys located?" "Harrisonburg, Virginia." "That's great, that's so crazy. My wife's piano teacher used to vacation in Kentucky." Thanks. Some customers are really cool, though. Like, I remember this one lady. I'll never forget her story. She was a grandma, and she called in to get the program for her granddaughter, and I'll never forget what she said when she called in. We'll come back to that one. But, yeah, my friends are all growing up. A lot of my friends are having those, what do you call them? Babies. They're all having the babies. And the other day, a lot of people at Rosetta Stone doing that too. The other day I went to the internet. Went on the internet to learn some stuff about kids. So I went to Bing, Lycos. Michael Wu is freaking out somewhere. "Who said Google? I hate those guys." Is it just me, or whenever you use Google at work, are you like hunched over your computer, hiding it, hoping they don't come by? I use Gmail. Anyways, you know what I really want to do? I really want to go on to a Unit 1, Level 1 English studio session and just blow everybody's mind. Just walk in and be like, "Hi, my name's Rob Morgan. I reside in Harrisonburg, Virginia, where it's a balmy 78 degrees out today." "Oh, this guy, language genius."